this lesson, we are going to be solving absolute value equations. Remember, absolute value is a distance from zero. So whenever you have distance, it's always a positive number. So the absolute value of x is equal to 6. We know that if we put a 6 inside there, well, 6 is equal to 6. We could also put a negative 6 in there because anything inside an absolute value symbol, when it comes out, will turn positive. So the absolute value of negative 6 is equal to 6 also. Our solution for this little equation that we have here, the absolute value of x equals 6, it's actually 6 or negative 6. So each one of these equations, you're going to see that we actually have two solutions. When we have a simple problem like the first one, it's the absolute value of x minus 4 equals 6. Since everything is inside the absolute value symbol, we're going to write down x minus 4 equals 6, or x minus 4 equals a negative 6. So when we're looking at this now, we're just simple solving it. We're going to add 4 to both sides. So we know that x could be equal to 10, or I have to add 4 to both sides on this side. X would be equal to a negative 6 plus 4 is a negative 2. Let's check it out and see if it's true. Well, we know that 10 minus 4, putting in the first number, is 6. So the absolute value of 6 is equal to 6. If we substitute in a negative 2, negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. And the absolute value, remember, is always positive. So negative 6 equals 6. Our two answers do check out. You can always check your answer by substituting it into your original equation. Well, when you have a problem that looks like the second problem that we have here, it's the absolute value of 3x plus 9 minus 10 equals a negative 4. You always must add or subtract if there is a number outside of your absolute value symbol. It's kind of like the order of operations for solving equations. You have to add or subtract first. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to add 10 to both sides. And notice I still have, I'm going to draw a little squiggle line to separate my problems. There you go. I still have the absolute value of 3x plus 9, still in the absolute value symbol. This is gone, is equal to a negative 4 plus 10 is 6. So now I can go ahead and take it out of the absolute value symbol. So because there's only numbers left inside. So I am going to write two equations. 3x plus 9 is equal to 6, or 3x, that's an x, plus 9 equals a negative 6. So whatever number we have up here, we write it as a positive and we write it as a negative. And then we solve the little equations, which you're used to solving equations by now, so it should not be too hard. For the first one, we're subtracting 9 from both sides, so it's 3x equals 6 minus 9 is a negative 3. We're dividing by 3 on both sides, so x is equal to a negative 1. That's our first solution. Or now we're going to go ahead and do 3x plus 9 equals a negative 6, and I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. So I get 3x, this cancels out, equals as negative 6 minus 9 is a negative 15. And I'm dividing both sides by 3. And here I end up with x is equal to a negative 5. Negative 15 divided by 3. There are my two solutions, and you can always check them just by substituting the numbers into the equation and seeing that it is true. All right, so now let's go to the last problem we have here to solve. Notice it has a 3 on the outside of the absolute value symbol. So this is 3 times the absolute value of x plus 4 minus 2 is equal to 10. In order to be able to solve this, I've got to get rid of my minus 2, and I'm going to have to divide everything by 3 before I can write two small equations. So let's get started. Always add or subtract first. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides of the equation. And I'm copying down what is here, 3 times the quantity of x plus 4. This is gone. That's what we wanted, is equal to 12. Now, notice the other two we did not have a number in front of the absolute value symbol. So we cannot get rid of the absolute value symbol until we divide both sides of the equation by 3, because the opposite of multiplication is division. And this cancels out, so you end up with the absolute value of x plus 4. Again, it's still in the absolute value symbol, equals 4. 12 divided by 3. Finally, I can break it up into two small equations. So it's x plus 4 is equal to 4, or x plus 4, remember we write the opposite for the second one, is equal to a negative 4. So as I'm working this problem, I do see that, and I'm not so sure that you can actually see the second one because of my whiteboard. So I'm going to write it over a little bit. It's x plus 4 equals a negative 4. Solving this, I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. Oh, so x can be equal to 0. It's possible. Or, remember, I have to do the opposite here. So x could be equal to a negative 4 minus 4, a negative 8. Either one of those solutions would make the equation true. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marcia. See you again soon.